everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Office Lovers. Along Akihito Hyoga's route, we are on Chapter 6, Separation. I don't want to separate, Mr. Hyoga. We need to get closer, not farther. But he's probably going to want to distance himself from me for a little while to protect me from scandal, because there's been pictures posted up in the lobby of him with me and with him and some other girl. But let's hope Ken doesn't take this opportunity to try and get in with us here while Mr. Hyoga's taking a breather. Let us see. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. What is this? As I gazed at the photos that littered the walls, I felt the color drain from my face.
This is all just a misunderstanding. It's crazy what people do with Photoshop these days.
Why? Why would someone do this? Hey, that's the girl working on the new project, right?
Dirili and Mr. Hyoga. Wow, I had no idea it was like that between them.
Wait, isn't Mr. Hyoga married?
Seriously?
He's probably getting a divorce. The chattering voices sounded like a million miles away.
Hey, are you alright?
Why? Why is this happening?
What the hell is going on out here?
Just then, Mr. Hyoga appeared behind us, and the crowd fell into total silence. Mr. Hyoga! I wanted to say something, anything, but I couldn't find my voice anymore.
Mr. Hyoga. Here too, I see. You knew about this? How could I not? They're posted everywhere. They're hard not to look at. What a terrible prank to pull. All these doctored photos. It's just in bad taste. Couldn't agree more.
Should I talk to him about this? Or will it just cause more rumors to fly?
Are you okay, Dirili?
Well, are you really married? These doctor photos look almost real. Very impressive.
Yeah, somebody should take up a more constructive hobby. I thought these were photoshopped.
Just photoshopped? That's all these are?
I mean, it's got to be faked. Mahiro, call security. Have them take all this garbage down. Right, I'm on it. Dirili.
Huh?
Dirili.
Huh? What? What is it?
Come with me. We need to talk.
Huh? He spun around on his heel and headed for the elevators.
Go ahead. I'll let your department know you'll be gone for a bit.
Right. I'll be back. Thanks, Mahiro.
No problem. Go with Mr. Hyoga.
Mahiro gave his usual genuine smile and gently pushed me along after Mr. Hyoga. My head hung. I followed Mr. Hyoga into the elevator, and I lifted my head.
Alright, everyone. Don't let these stupid photos distract you. Get back to work.
As the doors closed, I saw Mahiro shooing everyone back to their desks. Thank you, Mahiro, and I'm so sorry. The elevator was filled with a painful silence. He almost seemed to fade into the darkness as we continued our journey to who knows where. The silence was deafening, and I felt the tension in the space thicken. Should I say something right now, or...
Are you alright?
No. I looked up at the whisper. His back was still turned to me. He was trying to be nice, but his words ended up hurting me more. The elevator came to a quiet stop, and the door slid open. We found ourselves on a floor no mere normal employee could enter. This is... the president's floor?
Excuse me. We're here to see Mr. Otori.
After speaking briefly with the receptionist, the large doors opened soundlessly.
Come on.
Huh? Where are we going? Here?
Just hurry up already.
His words were more authoritative than usual. I followed behind on wobbling legs. What is he thinking?
Oh, here at last, the people of the hour. Mr. Otori.
Please, forgive us for all the trouble we caused you today.
Now, no need to be so formal with me. Want some coffee? Do you like cake?
What?
Hello? Yes, it's me. 3 coffees and 3 pieces of cake, please. Thank you.
Mr. Otori, in his usual upbeat manner, called to the front desk. Mr. Hyoga,
Mr. Otori, We'll talk more in depth later. Just leave this to me for now.
The coffee and cake were immediately brought in and set on the table before us.
Well, it's been very exciting in the office this morning. It's like the gossip column out there. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you or the company.
Mr. Hyoga bowed deeply.
All right, I get it. I'm not going to ask anything further, nor do I want to hear about it, for now. I'll leave the rest to you then, sir.
Mr. Hyoga? And just like that, he turned and walked out the door. Mr. Hyoga, wait, please! Mr. Hyoga... Without even looking at me, he gave another bow and left the room behind. Mr. Hyoga had left me standing like an idiot in the middle of the room.
Oops, looks like we ordered one too many. Let's share Mr. Hyoga's between us, shall we?
Mr. Otori sat down on the couch and cheerfully took a fork in his hand. So what? To be perfectly honest, I had absolutely no freaking clue what was going on.
Which one do you want?
Huh?
We've got chocolate, cheesecake, and strawberry shortcake. What'll it be?
Strawberry, I guess.
Shortcake it is. Here you go.
I sat in the couch across from him and nervously took the cake in my hands.
Man, this is good. This chocolate is just the best.
Yeah, the strawberry is quite good too.
Oh, glad to hear it. Let me have a bite.
Here you are. So, what exactly am I doing here? Mr. Otori, I think I need to get back to the office now.
You want to go back?
Cake still in hand, his eyes turned serious.
I have a feeling even if you go back to the office, you won't be able to get much done.
Well, judging by the way things were earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole office knew by now. You saw them too, didn't you?
I don't know. Did I? I think I've already quite forgotten.
Thank you.
But for the time being, I'll leave this room open to you. Feel free to work in here.
What? Whatever for?
Until all this silliness dies down. We will have you work in here.
I still had no idea what was going on. What don't you understand? It's crazy down there because of the rumor, so they're letting you work in here because it's calm.
You'll be away from people's prying eyes in here. You'll be able to focus.
That may be true, but I had never heard of anyone getting this kind of treatment before. But...
You have a very important role in this next project. We want you to stay focused.
But, Mr. Otori, why? I've caused such a huge scandal. Why get to the trouble just for me?
We're seriously investigating the scandal, so don't worry your pretty head. Keep working. This project is very important to the future of our company. I want you to understand that you are an essential part of this product's success.
After he said that, he took a bite out of his cake. That was my cue to shut up. I dropped my gaze to the floor. Mr. Otori had promised to look into the situation, with the photos as a malicious prank. The next morning, I headed for the president's office as I had been told. Good morning. I opened the door and found no one inside the office. That's strange. I was sure he told me to come here today.
Morning.
Ah!
Well, I didn't expect you to scream like that.
Mr. Otori?
Good morning, Dirili. Looks like you got here just in time.
The receptionist called me Miss D. It made me want to turn around and go home.
Oh, Miss D, you're a funny one. Well, anyway, I had a desk and some other items you might need bought in yesterday.
He pointed toward a brand new desk. The giant, impressive oak desk did go well with the room. This looks much more expensive than the desk I'm usually at.
You want the glass desk? I personally prefer that one too. I prefer to just change it with your new one.
I had no idea what he was going on about. No, this is just fine. I love it. Thank you.
Great. We'll keep working hard today.
He gave me a cheeky smile, then left. I gave another look around me and moved toward my desk. Inside the cardboard box on the desk were the things from my previous desk. This is... In the box, my hand stopped over a curious paper bag I hadn't seen before. I lifted it up, and the contents rustled inside. It seemed to have a kind of warmth. That's creepy. What is this? Inside the bag was a ham, lettuce, and egg baguette sandwich. Why is it warm? Looking closer in the bag, I found a small note left at the corner. Eat up. Do what you need to do. This is...
Coming in. I've got Dirili's computer. Oh, it's you.
Mahiro, good morning. What's up?
We forgot to move your computer, so I was ordered to bring it up. Something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Thank you. The note wasn't signed, but the handwriting was familiar enough. And in the back of my mind, I could see his scowling face as clear as day. Today, we're taking meetings for store displays, right?
Yes. The design team is entering the final phases, so it's time to get started with promotions.
Alright then. We're going to have to go and ask the stores directly, won't we?
Yeah. And I went to especially focus on the department stores in this area.
In this area? Why? Just because they're close?
That, and the fact that a lot of women working in the area might buy it as a treat for themselves.
That makes sense, but a lot of the department stores are really high class. It's a tough sell.
And that's where you come in. You'll be pushing our kit at the stores. Here are the pamphlets.
Okay, I'll do my best. I took the envelope filled with freshly printed pamphlets and walked out. Thank you. I gave an energetic smile and walked out of the third department store that day. Another disaster. Reactions to the product were far from good. Other larger companies had already bought up all the best space on the sales floor. Other products always sell well, though. They always seem popular enough. But for whatever reason, the reactions from the stores was always a bitter one. Why did it come to this?
Dirili.
Ken?
Hello.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to suspect that maybe it was Ken that put up those pictures. For reasons unknown, Ken was standing nearby. What are you doing over here?
Had some business out here. What are you up to?
I'm trying to strike a deal for our product's promotion.
But by the look of your face, things aren't going so well.
I have the feeling Ken's been sabotaging us because he wants us to turn to him and away from Mr. Hyoga. I don't want to think that. Please don't be doing that, Ken. Well, I suppose not.
I thought as much.
Huh?
Oh, no, nothing.
What? What's going on with him? Something seems off. I think he sabotaged me everywhere. Did you hear something about the rumors?
Rumors? What rumors?
Ken is a contracted employee, so his hours are different. Maybe he really doesn't know.
But I'm glad I got the chance to see you. There's something I need to talk to you about.
What is it?
I was so worried about you. I was wondering if you were okay.
So you do know about the rumors?
I told you already. I told you to choose me. If you had, none of this would have ever happened.
He did do it. Huh? Ken? Ken smiled. You creepy little bastard. But it wasn't like his usual grin. Something bizarre lurked behind it. This person in front of me isn't Ken. Who is it? It's Yandere Ken.
What's wrong, Dirili?
Ken, what's going on?
Now, don't be scared. I'd never do anything to harm you.
You already did.
It's my job to protect you after all.
No, it's not. I'm not sure where this is going.
Allow me to explain it simply then. I'm the right man for you, not him.
What are you talking about?
Did you not hear me? You must be exhausted. I'm so worried for you.
Ken was flipping through his emotions at mock speed, but those eyes held no sign of laughter. Ken, why did you come here today?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you didn't realize it. I followed you out here, duh.
I had no idea what was going on. Us meeting here wasn't a coincidence? Then why did he come here?
I'm so sad now. I never wanted to be the one to make you pull such a sad face. But now you have nothing to worry about. I'll protect you from now on.
What are you talking about?
I warned you already. If you had just listened to me, this would have never happened.
Hearing those words, I began to piece together the puzzle. Oh God, you're so slow. As soon as he said something, I pieced it together. I suspected earlier, but still, I thought that first sentence was enough. It was you. You posted those pictures.
Ding, ding, ding. And I brought you a special guest.
A guest?
Yes. But however shall I introduce them? Come on over. Look who it is.
As he said that, he motioned a woman over to us. She appeared from behind us. I had seen that girl somewhere before. So it was you. You're Norika. Yes, I'm happy you remember who I am. It was that girl who was with Mr. Hyoga that day. She was in the pictures plastered up all over the walls this morning.
This is her. This is Mr. Hyoga's other woman.
What? His words set my head spinning, and my mind went blank. Ken, what are you saying?
Huh? But you're dating, aren't you? I mean, the kiss between you two. Hot stuff.
He unfurled the picture in front of me. I immediately ripped the paper from him and tore it. I crushed it in my grip.
Oh, what are you doing? And it was such a cute photo, too.
Ken, why? Why do you have this?
It's my special treasure.
He's not making any sense. He can barely listen. Have I gone crazy? Do you mind? Yes? What? You're Mr. Hyoga's partner? I don't think I need to tell you anything about that. I'm afraid you do. I have the right to know. What do you mean?
Oh, so you really didn't know, did you, Dirili?
Huh?
Norika is Mr. Hyoga's wife.
What? Hearing those words, I felt like the whole world went silent. Norika is his wife?
You really didn't know?
I'm not surprised. He never talks about anything concerning his private life. This isn't happening. I had no idea Mr. Hyoga had a wife.
Now do you see? He's no good for you.
But is it his ex-wife? Does he even wear a ring? It has nothing to do with you, Ken.
How could you say that?
I believe only what I see. It has nothing to do with whether we're compatible or not.
So obstinate. But that's just another reason why I love you.
Funny little girl. I can see why he decided to get involved with you. I'm afraid I'm currently in the middle of a job. Let's talk another day, shall we? Oh, my dear, don't say that. I've come all this way. I'd like to talk a little more. What could you possibly have to say to me? Allow me to be blunt. Stay away from him. Her words were direct and biting. I felt my world grow black. She was his wife. I was no match for her. But still, something inside me wanted to believe Mr. Hyoga's words. Back then, he said he'd tell me everything. Well, at any rate, I have to be getting back to the office, if you'll excuse me.
Dirili.
I ignored Ken's protests, and I ran away from the scene. Phew, I got away. At least he didn't imprison me. Back at the president's office, I tried to catch my breath. But my heart was beating too rapidly, and I couldn't get enough air. What the hell's going on? Why is this happening? Why? Mr. Hyoga has a wife, and she told me to stay away from him. It's no use. I can't understand anything. If I just calm down and try to think clearly, maybe I'll understand. Was I being toyed with?
Oh, Dirili, you're back. Good timing. Just got some candy from a visitor.
Oh, Mr. Otori.
Is something the matter? You're white as a sheet.
No, it's nothing.
It doesn't look like it's nothing. What happened?
Just then, something crossed my mind. Mr. Hyoga and Mr. Otori seem to be rather close. Maybe Mr. Otori would know something about this. Mr. Otori, you're good friends with Mr. Hyoga, aren't you?
We've known each other for quite a while. He's my most trusted employee.
Did you know he was married? Mr. Otori stopped in his tracks, and he glanced my way.
Why? What do you want to do with that information?
What do I want to do?
I might have the answer you're hoping for, or I might not. Once you hear what I had to say, what are you planning on doing?
Planning on doing?
I may give you the answer you want, or I might give you just the opposite. But would it really mean the same thing coming from me?
But, Mr. Hyoga...
If it's about him, then you should go and ask him yourself.
You may be right. I was gently denied my answer. I couldn't ask him any more. I'm sorry for asking you such a strange question.
No, it's no problem. You look positively sick. Go home.
Huh? But I still have work to do.
Geez, you're just like him. I'm glad you like to work, but your health is a part of this job.
I feel like I had heard this phrase before somewhere. I smiled.
You've had such a long day. Rest tonight and have a productive day tomorrow.
Mr. Otori?
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought so. He just shoved me out of the office. He spun me and shoved me out of the office. It's true, I wouldn't be able to work properly today. As suggested, I decided to leave for home early. I left the office early and spent the rest of the day lying at home. But even still, when I thought about Mr. Hyoga, I couldn't even close my eyes. I wonder if he's doing okay. And Ken, what's going on with him? I wonder if I'll see him today too. What should I even say to him? Well, don't go anywhere alone with him or you might end up in a cage.
Morning, Dirili.
Oh, Mr. Saijo. Good morning.
I heard you left early yesterday. Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah. Everything's fine, thank you.
Glad to hear it. But don't push yourself too hard today. Be careful, okay?
Is that how you get to work every day?
Well, I haven't been getting enough exercise recently, so I get off a station early and walk.
Oh, that makes sense. It'd be a good way to exercise every morning.
That's what I thought. Did you take the subway?
Oh no, just today. The reason I didn't use my usual route to work was probably because I didn't want to see Mr. Hyogo on the way in.
Did you say something?
There I go. Why do I speak to myself out loud so much in this route? No, nothing. I'll go on ahead. I have to make up for some lost time yesterday. I gave a quick bow and sped off for the office. After running away from Mr. Saijo, I came to the front of the president's office and stopped. Is someone in there? From beyond the door, I heard Mr. Otori and someone chatting away.
You should have realized it sooner. You're more charming than you give yourself credit for. What exactly are you telling me to do?
That voice, it's Mr. Hyoga. There's no mistaking it. It's definitely his. What should I do? I feel strange just standing here eavesdropping. I can't keep eavesdropping. It's rude.
I thought I told you to handle Dirili.
Huh? Me?
You don't have to tell me. I already know. So, what exactly did you do? You should be by our side. That will solve all this.
I shouldn't be hearing any of this. Making sure I was unheard, I began to move away from the door as quietly as possible. Just then...
I think Dirili would have to agree with me too, don't you, dear?
Huh?
Come on in, Dirili. We know you're out there. We can see you on the security camera.
Oh, jeez. Did they see me walk up here? And I'm screwed. There was nothing more that could be done. I took a deep breath and put my hand on the door. Okay. As I slowly made my way inside, Mr. Otori smiled and waved at me.
Good morning, Dirili.
Good morning, Mr. Otori, and...
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hyoga.
Okay. Now that we're all here, let's get some coffee. Hello? Yes, it's me.
He got on the line with the receptionist, and had coffees ordered. It's been a while, hasn't it?
2 days. It's been 2 days.
Only 2 days? It felt like we hadn't seen each other in ages. Oh, only 2?
How are you?
Fine. How was everything after, you know?
I dealt with it. It's been handled as just a nasty practical joke someone pulled. You should be able to come back to the office soon.
I thought that my coming to work here would just make things worse.
We're blaming your absence on the project. You don't have to worry about anything.
Mr. Hyoga, he must have done so much for me during those 2 days.
You're fine with coffee, Hyoga? Tea for you, right, Dirili?
I can get it myself.
I'll take my leave. What? Again? Come on. Isn't part of your job to hang out with the president once in a while?
To hang out?
That would be an abuse of power. I'm leaving.
He turned towards me and began to walk slowly toward the door.
Dirili.
Hmm?
When you leave, I'll be waiting out back. I'll wait for however long it takes you.
After that small whisper, he walked out the door. Oh, thank goodness, are we gonna get this straightened out? Finally, please? Just as he told me, after work was over, I headed for the back entrance.
I thought you weren't coming.
There are things I need to talk to you about, too. There were things that needed answering, things I needed to hear from his mouth.
What?
He's here. He's right in front of me. I have to say it. I have to ask. Mr. Hyoga,
Found you.
Huh? Oh, why? They stopped these chapters at the worst parts. Ugh. Well, chapter 7 will be deep-seated feelings. I'm pretty sure he's getting a divorce. Man, this route, they really know how to write it so that you just cannot stop reading. All right, I'm going to head right over to the next episode. So hope to see you there or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.